up? Retro Mikey 78 here today, and today we are going to talk about 5 games that I think don't get enough love on the N64. That's right, 5 hidden gems. Now, 4 of these are N64 titles that are only on the N64 as far as I know. The other one is on the PlayStation and Dreamcast. So let's dig into these and see what I've selected for 5 hidden gems on the N64. And I selected these because I don't think I ever hear enough people talk about these specific games. And I had them growing up, and I think that they are awesome games. Alright, first up we're going to talk about Excitebike 64. Now I know everybody remembers Excitebike on the original Nintendo. It was an awesome game. So when Excitebike 64 came out, I was like, oh man, I've got to grab this. And I had this back in the day, and I went through the entire game, me and a friend did, and I remember going through and beating it. And if you beat the game, you actually unlock a version of it, because you play almost like a third-person view, sitting back on the bike, as you guys are seeing here in the footage, playing it as a person driving. And if you get used to the controls, how you hold the Z button to arch into the corners, how you use the turbo to jump up off the ramps and you kind of jump down, you can really get some air and learn how to do the jumps and do it precisely. It really becomes easy to get. That being said, Excitebike, you beat the game, you have a couple bonus stages, but one of them is playing like an original Excitebike course in first-person view. So that I do remember doing. There was also like an uphill marathon thing where you try to see how high you can go up this hill, and the hill gets pretty awkward going up the hill. But yeah, Excitebike 64 is an awesome game. I do not think it gets enough love. You guys got to check it out. Now, everybody talks about the wrestling games on the N64. And without a doubt, I agree. That was the heyday of those old school wrestling games when they finally became fun. I love the controls, the grapple, take it, do a move, punch, throw them off the rope, hit him with a chair, hit him with a bat. And a lot of people, if you're WWEF, you talk about WWF No Mercy. Or you talk about WWF WrestleMania 2000. For the WCW crowd, everybody talks about Revenge. What I hear nobody talking about, and it's one of my favorite ones, is WCW NWO World Tour. I love playing this game. And honestly, the reason I like playing this one is it's just simple and it's fun. I love playing the league and the tournament mode that they have in there. Just setting it up, and you go up the league mode where you set up and you go up against 7 other people. You have to battle them all. Whoever gets the most points wins. And the tournament mode, just setting up a bracket, playing the 4 or 5 matches you got to get to the title and winning it. I went through and I beat this entire game on hard. I've unlocked all the characters. This is just a fun game. I'll never get tired of playing it. Yeah, this is not my original copy. I sold off all my N64 stuff years ago. But yeah, I've gotten this back. I've gotten them all back. I'm only 6 away from a complete set. I do like Revenge. Revenge is fun, but I think World Tour is just one of those that doesn't get enough love and doesn't get enough, talk about it, or things talking about it. Next up is a game that I was curious what it was going to be like, because I had this version of a game on the 7800 when I was a kid, and I loved playing it on the 7800, and I have it now still. But this one on the 64 is Robotron 64. I love playing the Robotron games. They're just so much fun. You just boot them up, run around, try to save the humans while shooting all the robots. It's a simple game, and it doesn't have to be complex, but it is fun. I can boot this up and go through probably 20-30 levels in 15-20 minutes, and I'm having a blast. Eventually I do die. I have no idea if this game ever ends or not. I don't know the ending of it. I'm thinking about hooking up the Game Shark to it so I can just see unlimited lives, just to see if I can get to the end, if there is an ending. I know the Atari version originally, after level 100, I flipped it and it restarted the game, so that'd be interesting. I need to do something, but I think I've made it to like level 30, 34 on this. But it is a fun game, and it's one that has a lot of replay value. Now, next up is a game I know is only on the 64, and that is Tetris Fear. And I know a lot of people are like, oh, I hate that game. This game has some merit. I remember when this game came out, I went and picked it up at a Funko Land because I was like, oh, look, Tetris on the 64. And I took it home and I was like, oh, I spent $60 on this. And at first I kind of just threw it to the side. Wasn't until years later I was like, all right, I'm going to put this back in because I love Tetris. So I put this in. And Tetris Fear is a unique game. You have to match up what, I can't think of the name of it. What Tetris figure they give it to you at the time. You have to match it up to one that's lined up with the other ones so that you can bust out multiple ones to free the robot that's inside the sphere. And that game is so unique and so much fun. If you give it a chance and you dig into it, Tetris Fear is amazing. And it can be a fun game. You have to give it a chance. You have to look into it and figure out the mechanics of it. Now this next game, I have had this on the Dreamcast. I've had this on the PS1. But honestly, I think the N64 version, because it is 4-player, is the best way to play it. And I'm not sure if I remember whether or not the Dreamcast was 4-player. I know the PS1 is only 2. But Gauntlet Legends on the N64 is a classic game. It's fun to play 4-player. I've honestly never played 4-player. I've done 3 before. But 4-player on Gauntlet Legends would be awesome. I have also went through this game solo. And it is an awesome game. It's fun. It does get annoying listening to some of the repetitive voice commands and the different things that the people say. But it's just downright fun, just like any other old school Gauntlet game. It's more of a Gauntlet from the NES era in 3D sprites. So Gauntlet Legends is a last hidden gem on the N64 I don't think enough people talk about. So that's my first list here, 5 hidden gems. I've got another 5 that I'm working on. I don't know when that video will be out. But hey, tell me what you guys think. You guys have some hidden gems. No Mario games, no GoldenEye, no Perfect Dark, no Banjo. Games that nobody talks about that you guys loved on the N64. This is RetroMikey78, and I'll see you guys later with some more content.